Hello everyone, my name is Jaybird and welcome back to Lucid9. Without any further ado, let's get right back to where we left off last time. And I'm probably gonna go back and read all the other ones, but let's go with what we chose. Misaki. Yeah, Misaki and Masato. Alright. The cafeteria is not only the place where students retrieve food, it's also one of the most popular hangout places on campus. Class hasn't started yet, so maybe I can glean something from there. Wait. Wait a minute. Okay. Sure enough, there's a solid quantity of students in the cafeteria. Several cliques are strewn around the soda tables deep in conversation. Alright. I noticed Misaki and Masato standing by one of the tables. Judging by their scowls, things aren't going so well. How do you expect us to gather any information if you keep scaring them like that? Probably means they're just hiding something. Did you see him shaking? That's because you grabbed him by his collar and actually started shaking him. How else were we gonna get info out of him, Mizuki? It's Misaki. And certainly not by intimidation, that's for sure. Well, aren't they getting along just as well? I should probably step in before things get ugly. Hey. Oh, hi Yama. Sup, man? Having any luck? I haven't got a thing. That's thanks to certain someone. She shoots Masato a pointed glare. Well, I ain't seen you doing much of anything. Because you frightened everyone off before I could even talk to them. Like I've said before, you need to conform to the crowd. Connect with them. If you can accomplish that, they'll likely open up to you. You sound a lot like a politician, Yuki. Do you really think so? Yeah, sure. I mainly meant that as a joke, but apparently she took it as a compliment. I ain't gonna change myself just to get what I need. And look what that's gotten you. Nothing. You think you can do any better? I don't think I can. I know I can. Masato gapes at her, blinking trash talk. Is that a challenge? What else would it be? Let's go at it then! Right here, right now! If that's the way you want it, bring it on! They close in on each other. For a second, I think they're going to actually start brawling in the cafeteria. But they both turn to me expectantly. Yama, be our referee. What? No. Why not? What would I even be doing? Just see who does a better job at talking to people, man. I have a feeling this isn't going to turn out well. Fine. Then I'll go first, considering how well Masato has been doing lately. Watch and learn, boys. Okay. Masato and I hang back as Misaki strides over to a nearby table of rugby players. Without waiting for an invitation, she pulls out an open chair and straddles it backwards, eyeing the students intensely. Yo, how's it hanging, bruh? The students exchange perplexed glances. Hi. Can we help you? Sure can, man. You see, I heard there'd be some rumors floating around school. I was wondering if you guys knew anything about him. Not recently, no. You sure, man? I figured soccer players would be on point with all the latest news. You play rugby, not soccer. Misaki's composure falters, but she presses on. Right, rugby. The sport where you hit the ball with a racket to hoops and score touchdowns. Well, will you look at that? I'm late for a doctor's appointment. Gotta go. Misaki immediately flings herself out of the chair and walks back to us in a huff, leaving a group of bewildered rugby players whispering among themselves. So, are you leaving? What? Why would I? You said you had a doctor's appointment. Shut up! I panicked, okay? Besides, I chose the wrong group of people. Of course rugby players wouldn't know anything. You mean soccer players. I will cut you, Yama. Ooh, feisty. Well, looks like it's my turn. Hope you're ready to lose, Mikasa. Mikasa es Sukas. Mikasa. Before Misaki has the chance to put Masato in an armbar for getting her name wrong again, he jogs off towards a group of rowdy third years. Yo, I need to ask you guys something. The students either don't hear him or are purposely ignoring him. They continue laughing among themselves, flinging their lunch at each other with makeshift catapults of spoons. Hey, I'm talking to you! Masato raises his voice, but still elicits no response from them. With his patience clearly depleted, he snatches a metal spoon from one of the students, and with his bare hands he bends it in half. The students escape at him in disbelief, immediately at full attention. Now that you're all listening, have any of you heard any rumors around school? No, we haven't. Not a thing! Please don't bend us like that spoon! Masato sighs. Never mind. He drops the bent spoon back on their table and ambles back to us, thoroughly bleeding his temples. That certainly went well. Like you're in the position to talk. I'll redeem myself this next round, just you watch. How can she say that so confidently? How she can say that so confidently it baffles me. I'm so bad at speaking today. She glances around the cafeteria, scouting out her next victim. Who should I pick? Oh, she seems like a good candidate. I trace her gaze to a girl all donned in black clothing and metal piercings. Why she thinks she's a good candidate is beyond me. Misaki skips over, taking a seat beside her. Hey. She gives the student a nonchalant greeting as she lounges in her chair. Green-haired student. Hey. Hey. So, how are you? Fine. She definitely picked a good candidate, alright. So, would you happen to know if there have been disturbances in the Force? I'm not a Jedi. I'm not a Jedi, if that's what you're asking. No, I mean, you haven't heard any whispers of dark rumors in the netherworld? Talks of depravity and sin? Sacrificial rituals? Goats? What are you going on about? The student cautiously inches away from Misaki as if she were insane. Are you not a member of the Cult of the Red Rose? The only cult I'm a part of is the Gardening Club. Strike two. Sorry for bothering you then. Goodbye! Misaki immediately slinks away and scurries back to us. Looks like I'm gonna win this contest. What makes you so sure about that? Masato points at a lone first year sitting at the far edge of the cafeteria. Her head is buried behind a monstrous-sized textbook as she absent-mindedly picks at her lunch. She seems like the type to know something. Try not to scare the poor girl, Masato. I ain't gonna scare her! Masato huffs up, seemingly determined to put an end to the contest. Hey! Yes? And looks like he's off to a great start. I need your help with something. What do you need? Heard any rumors? Rumors? Well, I might have heard something, I think. The girl shrinks in her seat as Masato inches closer and closer, an intense expression still plastered on his face. It would have appeared comedic if the girl didn't look so horrified. I should probably step in. At this rate, we'll never get any info for Sugar Ray. I walk over. Misaki trails behind me. Hi, sorry about my friend here. He gets a little worked up when he hasn't eaten. The hell, man! That's interference! It isn't interference. It isn't interference if the contest is over. What? Who won? Both of you. At sucking. I turn back to the girl and give a light smile. Her shoulders seem to relax a bit. So, you mentioned you might have heard something? Yes, well, no. What I mean is... It's alright if you don't know anything. My sister. Your sister? She told me yesterday night one of her friends went missing. Akane Tsukino. Akane? Where have I heard that name before? She's only been gone for 2 days, but she has been answering her cell phone. But what's scary is that I heard 2 other students have gone missing too. Toma Hayashi, who disappeared 5 days ago, and Midori Maino, who hasn't shown up for a whole 8 days. My sister has been really depressed about it lately. Her eyes gloss over. I debate whether to leave her be, but I still don't have enough info to take back to Sugar Ray. I'm sorry to hear that. Is there anything else you might know? Well, Akane's a really diligent person. She always makes sure to return to the dorms well before curfew sets in. She even makes sure to return to the dorms way before curfew sets in. Which is at 11:30 p.m., right? Right. Apparently she was present for curfew on the night she went missing. The same goes for the other 2 students. They were all logged into the system. It's almost as if they suddenly vanished somewhere in the middle of the night. The girl wraps her arms around herself. I take that as my cue to go. That's all we needed. Thank you for all your help. Can I say something before you go? Sure, what is it? Please, be careful. I lead our group back to the entrance of the cafeteria. Both Misaki and Masato trail behind me in silence. Which is a bit disconcerting, considering how gung-ho they were a few moments ago. You guys alright? Oh, yes. The disappearances have me a bit worried is all. Didn't know people been so scared lately. How'd you get that girl to talk anyway, man? I was wondering the same thing. Huh? I don't know. I just listened, I guess. I see. We both seem to regard my response with deep consideration. Why? I have no clue. I take a glance at my phone. Looks like it's about time to rendezvous with others. Within a few minutes, everyone's gathered on the rooftop. Alright, I'll finish this part up, and then next episode, I'll be sure to go back and create a save file with before the choices, and then we can just look at all those. But for now, I'm gonna stick with this, as I'll always continue with this because this is my first choice. But I want to read all of them. But yeah, we'll just continue with this one, and then yeah, that will be the episode. Within a few minutes, everyone's gathered on the rooftop. I take stock of the unfortunates. Rui, Shigure, and Ari seem disappointed. Yahiko and Elizabeth seem tired. Misaki and Akira seem to be unchanged, and Masato looks like he's on the brink of death.
Despite the idiocies of bureaucracy, it appears that a crucial piece of information did surface.
That the students all disappeared even after curfew?
Yes. You may elaborate further, Ishiyama.
I glance around, but no one else seems willing to talk. Not even Ruri, who was excited to play detective. Well, basically, each of the students logged in for the 11:30 p.m. curfew in their rooms. By all intents and purposes, that should have rendered them safe. Even if they're allowed to leave the dorm building, they have to stay on campus. And it's not like anyone else can get in with the security parameters around the building. So we have something strange on our hands, since they disappear when they shouldn't be able to.
Well, as I decide our next course of action, I recommend that each of you obtain your desired nourishment. Dismissed.
She plops down on a nearby bench, digging through her satchel. Artie settles next to her, pulling a peach out of her backpack. The others take various places around the rooftop greenhouse, retrieving lunchboxes from their bags. I notice Yahiko slide into the bench next to Misaki. Elizabeth sits opposite of Shigure alone. Akira whips out Annette, Diana, Hellison, the Roman numerals. What? Okay, let me just look it up. Look up what this Roman numeral is, just so I know. Come on. Okay, let's see. Okay. Whips out Annette. Akira whips out Annette, Diana, Hellison the 14th, and lays her on the floor. When Rui and Masato attempt to sit on her, Akira gestures frantically at Rui.
Oh! Yeah!
Wait.
Yeah!
Rui quickly makes her way to me, extending a lunchbox with 2 hands.
Hey, you didn't bring any food, right? I made extra. You can have it if you want.
You made enough food to fill an extra lunchbox?
I accidentally made a lot more than I expected, okay? Just take it, fuck.
I could only stare at the lunchbox, my mind racing ahead of me. Should I? I'd rather not hurt her feelings, but isn't accepting homemade food from someone synonymous with accepting their feelings? Exactly! I glance at Akira for help, but she's pointedly looking away from us. Maybe she wants to give us privacy.
Take it before my arms fall off. Baka, idiot. Baka.
That's a break for me. I'm comfortable enough to accept the lunchbox. Thanks.
No problem.
She suddenly dashes back to Annette, Diana, Hellison the 14th, leaving me alone with the lunchbox. I glance inside. Delicious eggs are neatly rolled and topped with seaweed, set in an aesthetic bouquet aside a bed of rice. The rice is shaped into a lantern, decorated with lettuce, carrots, and cucumber. It looks unbelievably delicious, but just when I'm about to dig in, some commotion catches my attention. So, what's it like being in Lotus Modeling? Do you live in an extravagant life with servants who wait on your beck and call? I wouldn't say extravagant, but it is fun. You get to meet so many new people, visit so many new places, try so many new things. It's a great experience. Although, it can be really demanding sometimes. Demanding? How? It's a competitive business, so it requires a lot of commitment. That's why I'm usually absent from class. And the school allows that? Surprisingly, my grades aren't being affected, so I suppose they don't see it as a problem. Do you think Lotus would have an opening for the great Yahiko Ikari? For the great Yahiko Ikari? I highly doubt that his grades would allow him to work as a model.
You are handsome, so I don't see why not.
Ew! Did she just call Yahiko handsome? I admit, he's not looking, but I didn't expect her to be so blunt about it. Yeah, you're right. Of course they wouldn't deny my impeccable charms. What's your number? I'll be sure to text you when I find something. I can only shake my head incredulously as they begin sharing contact info. Oh no! Oh no! I ship it! I dig into my free lunch, relishing the explosion of flavor in my mouth. Like Food Wars. Ruri's really improved at cooking. As I eat, I continue to examine my surroundings. The next group to catch my attention is Artie and Shigure. Artie is quietly munching on a peach in her standard baby hamster fashion. Aww. Shigure, meanwhile, has propped her feet up on a flower bed like a gangster. She appears to be eating some kind of sweet green dumpling.
Yes? Is that enough? What? This?
She gestures to the green balls in her hand. Shrek testes. Artie nods.
More than enough. They're melon paste mochi, the root of immortality. What? There are no vegetables, no fruit, no protein. Well, yes, but it's not nutritious. Eat some veggies. If you insist, Artie.
Artie shares a rare smile at this. I'm surprised by how open she is around Shigure. Makes me wonder how they know each other. Not only that, but Shigure actually listens to Artie. It seems like Artie's the only one who can put her in her place. Maybe they're related.
Galloping goats!
Wait, fuck. I forgot the voice I gave her again. God damn it. Why do I always forget Akira's voice? Jesus Christ, I have a problem, guys. I keep forgetting her voice. I am a bad, horrible person. I always forget her voice specifically. It's like no matter how many times I speak for her, it's like I always forget what voice I give her. I have to look it up again. God damn it, I hate my life. I hate my life. I hate it so much. I keep forgetting everything. Why must I forget everything? Oh god, I'm dying. Oh my god. What was the voice I gave her last time? Let's see. Give me a minute, okay? Okay, it's this.
Galloping goats! You don't mean to say...
I do indeed. He's gone by now, far behind the city limits and out of your scheming hands. And there goes those two again.
You misunderstand...
Oh, look at her eyes. Ooh! Ooh, look at her eyes. They're dead inside.
You misunderstand the meaning of You misunderstand the meaning of omniscient, my dear Lady Bingham.
Look at her eyes. They're just so dead inside. Ha! As if you could beat true love.
Oh no! I happen to know that your lover is hiding right there.
She whips her finger around in my direction, but thankfully Masato suddenly steps in front. Huh? Me?
Jumping shackles! I always thought that sort of thing only happened in dramas. That's a proper Destiny-like moment, isn't it, Ruri?
Masato? My true love?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Masato seems to take this as a challenge. Every muscle tightens with competitive aggression as he steps between Ruri and Akira, brandishing an imaginary sword. His head is Akira's head is bigger than Masato's and Ruri's. But I think it's because she's like, leaning forward that it looks that big. But still, it's kind of funny. Come on and fight me, you big coward! Yeah, I'm here! I challenge you to a duel to the death!
No! Duel to the pain!
I smell disaster afoot. The hell is a duel to the pain? Oh shit. I'll first read this as Ruri and then... No, I'll first read it as Akira.
First your feet are cut off below the ankles, and then your hands at the wrists, and then your eyes, and then your tongue. First your feet are cut off below the ankles, and then your hands at the wrists, and then your eyes, and then your tongue.
But that's only if I lose, right? Easy! Now fight me, you crooked canary!
On second thought, peace! You can be with your true love.
She flees away from the scene, taking cover behind Shigure.
What are you doing?
I'm hiding by the Alps. You're the Alps.
Go away. I am not the Alps.
That's what the Alps always say.
Leave!
Oh! In an unusual burst of energy, she reaches out and shoves Akira to the ground. Everything happens at once. Ruri rushes to Akira, worriedly checking her for injury. Elizabeth and Misaki immediately get to their feet. Yahiko freezes while Masato sprints at Shigure. What the hell was that about?
I'm thinking. Don't disturb me when I'm thinking.
You didn't have to shove her.
She wouldn't have left otherwise.
How'd you know that, eh?
I took a moment to analyze all of you when we first met, if you recall.
You can't know someone by one look.
You can if you possess at least one functional hemisphere of a brain.
Don't talk like that, Shigure.
Guys, I'm fine. Let's just calm down.
This does nothing to stop the rising tension. Even I can't help but feel amped up. It's one thing for Shigure to insult me, and another thing for her to insult one of my friends. Even if I insult him all the time. Yeah, I'm a hypocrite, I know.
Just let me be. I need to think.
Ain't you gonna say you're sorry?
I won't say I'm sorry for something I have no reason to be sorry for.
Akira didn't even do anything to you.
She had no awareness of the comfort of others. She completely disregarded Ari's feelings on the matter.
Everyone's eyes land on Ari, who stares blankly at her peach. Come to think of it, Akira would have been right next to Ari.
I didn't mean to make anyone uncomfortable. I thought you guys were lonely.
Just because you may be lonely in an identical situation does not give you the right to push your opinions on other people.
I'm sorry.
You did nothing wrong, Akira. Stop this, Shigure!
On the contrary, you two were the ones horsing around, dragging everyone into your uncomfortable scenarios.
Hey! Ain't you the one making us investigate for you?
I did nothing of the sort. Ishiyama was your requester.
That ain't no excuse.
Stop being so single-minded and think for once. All you can do is band together like sheep. Why don't you approach this from Ari's perspective?
Everyone once again looks at Ari, who stops munching on her peach. Well, you just put her on the spot, which would make her uncomfortable.
Don't speak as if you know more than I.
Maybe you're the stubborn one, huh? This is degenerating fast. What's surprising is that Elizabeth and Misaki aren't making a move. They're just sitting back, watching the display before them without emotion. Clearly they value Shigure too highly to fight back, which means I have to do it.
Really, you may be saying this because you're still learning, but in the world of detectives...
No, what you did was unnecessary, Shigure. Please don't tell me that this is real life.
don't you lecture me about what real life is or not. What is or is not.
Shut up. All of you. Amazingly, they got actually quiet down. Akira, you're okay?
Brighter than rain, Cap.
There's a slight tremble to her voice, but I ignore it. No need to stir up any more trouble. Good. Jigure, don't shove people.
If she was making Ari uncomfortable.
Ari? Were you uncomfortable? A tense moment of silence falls on the group. Ari only shrugs inconclusively. Okay, whatever. Akira, don't get too close again. Shigure, don't shove Akira again. Solved.
But that's not fair to...
Solved! That's it. Understood? Thankfully, she nods sullenly. Shigure only straightens her glasses, but I'm pretty sure that she'll also behave herself. Presently, I notice that Elizabeth and Misaki are looking at me with a tinge of respect. Well, at least someone's pleased with me.
Guys, why don't we cool off a bit? Let's do something fun.
Nobody seems to react, but somehow I can tell that they're all interested. Fighting has a way of sucking you dry. Oof. Maybe it would be better to redirect everyone's energy to something else. Something where, if they end up fighting, at least they won't cause permanent emotional or physical scars. What do you suggest?
Watching a movie?
I suddenly shake my head. We'd never get everyone to agree on the same movie.
How about an amusement park?
An amusement park?
Yeah! There's a new high-tech one by the mall. You know, with the new lemon skate attractions.
I vaguely recall seeing something like that on the news. Lemniscate, the mega corporation of all things technical and media-related, partnering with a handful of large amusement parks all over the country. Apparently, they were going to revolutionize entertainment.
Oh, those looked amazing.
Sounds like a lot of fun. I'm in. Elizabeth only shakes her head.
As remarkable as it sounds, I must pass. I've other duties to attend to.
I considered this for a moment. Should I let her go? She did try her best in the investigation. But the image of a squealing Elizabeth on a top-level roller coaster is just too good to pass up. Elizabeth, do you know anything about coffee? Her face pales and she quickly glances around at the others. When they only return looks of confusion, she storms over to me, angrily hissing into my ear.
Stop that!
Then come with us.
Give me one reason.
Because you don't want anyone to find out about your job.
Give me another reason.
Because you'd be alone if you stay here. That's kind of sad to me. The thought comes before I can stop it. I quickly wave it away so I won't take root. The last thing I need right now is to sympathize with Elizabeth. Because I'm so dashing.
That isn't a good reason.
You asked for a reason. That doesn't necessarily merit a good one.
Blimey, I simply can't believe you.
She steps back, raising her voice so everyone can hear. Fine, but who's paying? I look to Shigure. Everyone follows suit. For a second, the detective stares back at us, uncomprehending. Then she leaps to her feet, face coloring in anger.
No, absolutely not.
Why?
I harbor no incentive in chaperoning an inordinately extensive conglomerate of cognitively impaired juveniles to a venue whose solitary objective is the frivolous squandering of time.
God. Jesus Christ, it's a big tongue twister every time with her. The insults only fuel me to think harder. The amusement park won't be cheap. We need Shigure to pay for us. The question is, what would make her... Oh, of course. If it has anything to do with the case, Shigure will be there in the blink of an eye. Well, I wasn't gonna mention this, because it seemed trivial at the time, but there was a minor lead from today.
And you did not think to tell me sooner?
Like I said, it felt too trivial for me to mention. Honestly, I don't really want to go to the park, but I feel like it might give us some important information.
Well, what was the lead?
Ad-libbing in front of a teacher is one thing, but ad-libbing in front of Shigure is a different matter entirely. I struggled to work past my sluggish brain for the answers. Well, there were some claims that the Yakuza might own the amusement park. It might give us a clue on how students are able to leave the campus after curfew. Wait, there's no reason for the Yakuza to be affiliated with the disappearances.
Well, that would tie two controversial pieces of evidence from last week.
Is she serious?
Artie, the amusement park?
I shouldn't go.
Remember?
Why does she keep saying that? Remember? Remember? I'm getting suspicious. Surprisingly, Ari's silence only seems to strengthen Shigure's resolve.
Don't think of it in such a manner. Very well, Ishiyama. Let us depart.
Really? And you're paying for everyone?
Oh, yes. With your future wages.
I'm not even getting paid. Hey! What's going on up here? Ah, it's Mr. Ryota. Ah, I'm suspicious of him a little bit. He's always around, isn't he? As if there wasn't a party enough, Mr. Ryota arrives on the scene, brandishing a ruler in his right hand. Woo! He's being a Baldi's education right now. He stopped short upon seeing our little group. Yama? Hey, Mr. Ryota. Why, if it isn't the J-Man? Sup, Mr. Ryota? Hey, gents, ladies. What the hell is going on up here? Third floor officers swore up and down that someone was getting murdered. I recall the disciple level of the recent argument and feel slightly guilty. Decibel level. Decibel. God, I'm sorry. I'm stupid.
Were we that loud?
Loud enough that I'm supposed to give a disturbance warning, apparently. He brandishes a pile of detention notes threateningly. Everyone stiffens. Except Shigure and me. Probably a bad sign.
Oh, no, please, Mr. Ryota.
Whatever could be wrong, Miss Oshiro? And with a total lack of elegance, he flings the slips of paper over the banister of the roof. They rain down in shards of flapping pink to the school pool below. Listen, kids. You totally weren't here. The officers were totally just hallucinating. And I totally did not just toss those detention slips into the pool. Relief pops up on everyone's faces. Trust Mr. Ryota to be the rebel. Ugh. Now scram before they fire me, yeah? We don't need any further encouragement. You rush away from the rooftop greenhouse and down the stairs. And, well, that's where I'm going to end today's episode. If you guys enjoyed this episode of Lucid9, leave a like down below. Leave a comment down below. Share it with your friends. Subscribe if you haven't. Ring that notification bell. And remember, die safely. Bye-bye!